because what the muxor will do is when I activate the muxor, it will make it so that both of these inputs turn on. And as we know, when both of these inputs turn on, the output, the output is undefined. We want it to happen the other way around. So what we've done now by inverting these gates is we've swapped the undefined and we've swapped these two states, but we've also swapped these two states. So basically now instead of this one being the set and this one being the reset, it would be the other way around. But that's okay because we can just treat this as the output and everything will be as it was before. Okay? So now that's the output, same thing. But what we got to do now is invert both of our inputs like so. Okay? Actually, this might pose a problem. Was I meant to do this? Oh, I see. We need to double invert these. Got it. Okay. This isn't the most efficient design. That's why we have the wiki. Oh, shit. Hang on. If I do this, yeah, that's a problem. That's okay. So we've double inverted this. But then we're going to introduce something called a muxor. And to do that, we're going to move the second set of inverters slightly forward, like so. So these are now here, and these are inverted. Okay? Makes sense so far? Cool. We've just double inverted these input. Hang on. Let me show you what we've got so far. This is set. No, this is reset, and this is set. Makes sense? Cool. So actually, let's put this here. Okay. This is set, and this is reset. Make sense? Cool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a third input, and it's going to do the following. It's going to go up above all the other inputs, and it's going to do the following. It's going to go like this. It's going to set these torches up. So, what will happen now? Well, even these torches are on, okay? So, what will happen is, even if I set one of these torches off, even if I set both of them off, really, these torches will still be on and it will retain its state. So basically what's happening is, when this switch is off, nothing can happen, because when this switch is off, these torches are constantly powering this redstone under here, which means that this part here is constantly not powering anything. And so so by doing this, it's as if that these are always turned off as long as this is off, which means that this will retain its state. And while this is off, I can't do anything to change the state. However, if I turn it on, then all of a sudden I have access to changing the state again. Because now what's happening is this redstone here is turning off these torches, so they're no longer interfering with the double inverter, and I can change signals as per usual. Now I'm going to set it, and then now that the input is on, I'm going to turn off this. And now the input is still on, but if we try to set or reset it, we can't do anything at all. If I were to try and reset it and then turn this on, it will then let it reset. If I turn this off, I can't set it again. But if I try to set it and then let the data through, it will do it. You notice I said let the data through, because what this is basically doing is it's only letting me change this memory at the end, this output, if this is on. Now I can do something further. Instead of having two inputs, I'm going to have one input, and this input is going one input, and I'm going to do it like so. Okay, the input is going to be sent in two different ways. This will be the input. It'll be sent inverted to reset and non-inverted to set. There is a bit of a problem though. Now, the problem is that the signal is backflowing. Shouldn't be too much of a problem though, should it? No, because once I turn this on and let data through, everything will work. So basically, let's turn these torches off so everything proceeds as normal. What it's doing is it's turning this one lever. This one input is now controlling the set and reset, because these set and reset, as good as they were for some functions, if we just want to have one input, it is possible. Now you may be saying, well, what's the point? Look, I turn the lever. Hang on a second. Hang on. Maybe this needs to be... Oh yeah, this needs to be the output then, I guess. Right. So if you take a look, you may think, well, this seems quite useless. I turn it on, and the output turns on. I turn it off, and the output turns off. Because what's going on is that this is, when this is on, when this is off, it both acts as a set, and when this is off, it both turns on the reset and turns off the set. And when I turn it on, it turns on set and turns off reset. So the signal acts as like that. But now that I've got this, I can then interfere with it by switching this off. When I switch this off, whatever I do here, it can't get through. But if I turn this on, then what I've got here can go through. And when I turn this off, it will lock that data. So whatever's here doesn't go through. But say that I've turned it to off, and then I let the data through, turns off. Say if I turn it to on, then let the data through, can turn it on. And this is called a gated D-latch. And if you haven't guessed already, it is actually quite important, and it can be used in computers for storing information, storing data. Because this is the data, incoming data, and data might be sent to it constantly. But when we've got data, this will be the write command. We'll write data to memory if and only when we need to. So this could be on or off, it could be a 0 or 1, but nothing's going to happen unless we press the write command. And then this little section here, will be our memory cell. Will be our memory. So if you can imagine, we have, 4 of these in a row, and these 4 in a row will each hold either a 0 or 1, and these zeros and ones will represent numbers. Will together represent a bit of information, a number perhaps, and we'll only write a new number in when we turn one of these on. So yeah, but according to the wiki, there is a much better way of doing this. So I'm going to go and investigate. Yep. Well, turns out the internet is much cleverer than me, and here's an identical version of the gate. This is the data, and this is the whether it's true or false. So take a look. There we go. This is the locking mechanism. As you can see now, the lock is actually on rather than off because they didn't need a double inverter setup. Locks it. See? There's a bit of a problem though. When I have this off, so when I have this set here. Okay. And I do